A Thorn Among Fae. Fae Crown, Book 1. Copyright 2023 by Joy Lewis. Written by Joy Lewis. Narrated by Grace Noble. Music by Roman Smith. Preface. Once, in the land of Fae, born to a single family were two Fae boys. They were mirrored in appearance, but not in heart. One buried himself in the knowledge of his forebears, learned in the written word. He kept the progress of centuries at his fingertips. He knew creatures that were poisonous from the ones that were not, as well as the language of the heart, poetry. Above all else, he valued diction and knowledge for its own sake. The other Fae boy was more practical. He learned movement and how to use his enemies' attacks against him. In a land without blades, bows, and spears, he armed himself with weapons of fire pokers, sharpened rocks, and torches. The mind's workings opened to him, and he began to see patterns in the thoughts of others and the behaviors they were likely to take. Above all else, he valued survival and the arts of strategy. In a land such as Fae, only one was suffered to live. Chapter 1. I'd bet you won't last 12 months of being married to me before there's something growing in your belly. Their neighbors at the closest table leaned ever so slightly forward, their chins tilted at a level not quite perpendicular to the tavern floor anymore. The wife-to-be in question, a young one by the pretty luster of her fair skin and the set of her ruby mouth, hid something like a smile behind a quick hand pressed to her mouth. Red crawled up her cheeks. The whole tavern had heard, surely. "Dylan!" She shushed the dashing young man sitting beside her as she squirmed in her seat. They were young to be married, but there was little doubt in the minds of the tavern patrons that the girl's family had needed the bride price. There were more than a few in the city who were exchanging daughters for some extra coin after the last increase in taxes from the Fae bastards across the boundary line. The young man's eyes, gray as a morning in winter, glinted with something shared only between them. "You've barely lasted all our engagement," he said, apparently not cowed by her attempts at shushing him. "Without a little me in you." "Dylan!" she said louder. Her hand pressed deeper against her mouth, like she could take his words back by smothering her own. Her wavy brown hair pressed against her features, hiding the rest of her face from the world.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?